Okay, now item B, intrinsic geometry, exterior algebra in 3D. Could be any D, okay? 2, 3, 4, 4 dimension. Now B part 1, manifolds. B part 1, lecture 16, numerical example. 2 manifolds. This is dimension 2 for each one. Now, let's start. Now, you see, that's a point P I want to start. So, as we did in previous video, this is gamma of 0, that's a point P. My gamma, you see, is a 1 plus lambda, 2 plus lambda. For lambda is equal 0, that's my point P, it's 1, 2. Now let's give, this is a known data, F, this I choose the identity, okay? F is this identity. Could be other map. F minus 1 is the identity minus 1, which this is also identity. Now I want to present, you see, alpha sub x is a map. This is square root of 2 here, you can see, and this is alpha x minus 1. You see, since I choose this matrix coming from an orthonormal basis, the inverse is equal to the transpose. So this is this alpha x transpose. Likewise, I choose another orthonormal, okay, vectors, which they lead to, this is a square matrix, square root of 2, 1/2, minus 1/2. Again, this is equal to alpha y transpose. This is a particular case, okay, which the inverse is equal to the transpose. Now, from the previous video, lecture 15, Q prime is alpha I circle, okay, compose F, compose alpha x minus 1 P prime. This leads to the point P prime leads to the point Q prime. Likewise, Q prime leads to the point P prime. But I want to apply this to any point P prime and any point Q prime. This is just over here, okay? I'll call any point here on this U prime, the chart, okay? And any points here in this chart V prime, okay? I choose points here, then I bring back 2 points over here and I construct this chart U and chart V. So I just substitute, it's quite easy, okay? This is the composition that I derived in previous video, and on the other hand, any point belong to V prime is related to the point U prime. Attention now, here is any point, here is any point, okay? Not necessarily Q prime and P prime, as I said. Not necessarily P prime and Q prime. You take any point here, any point there. Then I calculate only this composition over here, okay? You just substitute. You look at here and substitute there. Then I calculated here separately this gamma matrix. This is 1/4 square root of 6 plus square root of 2 minus square root of 6 plus square root of 2. And attention now, you see, this here is this map transpose. You just look. Attention now, this is the application for this date over here, okay? Now I calculate this, that's what I want. So I can use this result just to take a point, okay, on U prime, you get a point, okay, over here, okay, the blue one, okay, which I communicate points here to points over there, okay, that's what I want, because you can play with points and manifold. You play on points on the transformation from here to here. Okay, this is called fantasy. Okay, now if I have points here, I can bring back to points on a manifold. This is U, capital U and capital V, as I emphasized before. Okay, so this is clear. This is just a numerical example for you. Don't forget, point P prime is there, okay? P is identical to P prime because this is just a linear transformation. The point remains the same, okay? Likewise, Q prime is there, okay? Because this is just point, they are invariant. That I always say that. So there's the point in the same location. Q prime the same location as Q. That's it.